Welcome back to The Explainer. Today, we're peeling back the layers on one of the most frustrating, yet totally rewarding characters in the hit interactive story, And the Haze Will Take Us. We are talking about Dragan, the village blacksmith who has captured the attention, and honestly, the ire, of so many readers. So let's just dive right into the core question that challenges everything we initially see about this blunt 22-year-old. When we first meet Dragan, he seems to genuinely despise our main character, Lada. I mean, they were childhood friends, but he spent years pushing her away with this cutting indifference that just leaves her utterly baffled. But, as we'll see, in a village surrounded by a deadly, monster-filled haze, absolutely nothing is exactly as it appears on the surface. Here is our roadmap for today. We'll start with the blunt blacksmith, explore the scars of abandonment, look at his shift from resentment to love, learn about forging the romance path, and finally, surviving the haze. This is going to take us all the way from his abrasive exterior to the exact gameplay mechanics you need to survive the endgame. Let's get into part 1, the blunt blacksmith, a facade of indifference. Now, what's really fascinating here is the massive disconnect between his outward persona and what's actually going on inside. On the surface, he's cold, he's distant. He literally tells Leda outright that he won't pretend to enjoy her company. Ouch, right? But underneath that blunt exterior, he is fiercely hardworking. He's always helping Lada's dad, Ratmir, with chores around the house, and he cares deeply for Lada's sisters. He's actually incredibly protective. He's just using this bitter attitude as a shield to hide feelings he refuses to deal with. And, his actual day job perfectly mirrors this personality. As a blacksmith, he's out there forging these heavy, sturdy weapons for the village's survival. He's tough and unyielding. But, get this, he's also entirely capable of crafting incredibly delicate, beautiful jewelry, like the pendant Lada can wear. Lada herself even points out that he smells like fresh soap mixed with coal and smoke. It's the scent of hard work and safety. So he is a weapon, for sure, but with this huge capacity for tenderness. Moving right along to part 2, the scars of abandonment, the weight of the past. Because look, Dragan wasn't just bored bitter. His simmering anger is rooted in some profound childhood trauma. Years ago, his mother, Vensenia, abandoned the family after succumbing to a mysterious call. And despite resenting that, he remains fiercely protective of her memory. Then you have his dad, the village elder, who was unimaginably strict. Dragan actually tells this heartbreaking story about being a little boy, stealing some chicks just to play with them, and when he lost them, his dad whipped him. He learned real quick that mistakes and emotional vulnerabilities just get you severely punished. Which brings us to this incredibly raw quote. When Lada starts hearing and seeing things from the haze, much like the call that took his mother, it completely triggers him. He pushes her away because he is terrified she's going to suffer the exact same fate. In his mind, it is way better for Lada to hate him from afar than for him to lose her to the madness of the haze. Which leads us to part 3. From resentment to love. Confessions in the haze. As the haze closes in and the village just descends into terror, things finally snap. After the tragic death of Lada's twin sister, Varia, we get this absolute bombshell. For the longest time, it seemed like Dragan actually favored the popular, gifted Varia over quiet Lada. But in a moment of intense confrontation, he drops this pretense. The grief strips away all his defenses, and he confesses who his heart actually belonged to all along. And then he follows it up with this total emotional surrender. I mean, wow. The guy thought his defensive cruelty had permanently ruined his chances, and here he is, basically laying his soul on the line. It is a breathtaking character turnaround from the abrasive guy we met back in episode 1, and it just shows the incredible growth possible if you decide to pursue his path. Okay, part 4, forging the romance path, unlocking the Kinslayer achievement. Now, for all you achievement hunters out there, you need to know about this. The Kinslayer achievement is a high-stakes, unique story trophy that is exclusively locked to Dragan's romance path. You literally cannot get this playing casually. You have to fully commit to navigating his complex route. So, how do we actually do that? You've got to follow these exact steps so you don't accidentally get locked into a route with someone else, like Novak or Volut. First, in Season 2, Episode 1, you have to explicitly reject Volut's company and tell him you'd feel safer with Dragan. Then, during the Cupola Night bonfire, make sure you jump with Dragan and let Lada's wreath float right to his feet. Finally, when the deadly Mafka's call happens in Episode 9, you absolutely must choose the "please come back to me" option. That is what locks in his route for good.
Now, I know there's a massive debate in the community about which stats work best for him, and honestly, they all create fascinating dynamics. If you go with determination, Lotta fights right back, proving she can handle his bluntness. But compassion? That hits him right in the gut with this undeserved kindness. As for your worldviews, reality perfectly aligns with his role as the future elder honoring tradition, whereas Hayes pushes him to abandon those dying gods for a progressive future. It really just comes down to how you want their dynamic to evolve.
And finally, part 5, surviving the haze, the ultimate cost of love. We have to talk about the endgame because this is absolutely critical. Even if you have 100% romance with Dragan and unlock all his achievements, if you ignore your ties stat, you are doomed. You need at least 45 ties points. If you have low ties, you will either be consumed by Kashi's monsters, or you'll both burn alive as the village goes up in flames, completely without being reborn. You have been warned. But if you do hit that high ties threshold, you get one of 2 vastly different finales. Because remember, the village is actually a pocket dimension splintered off from time. If you choose the haze ending, Lada leads everyone out. The false world melts away, meaning Lada and Dragan physically die, but their souls are free to be reborn and beautifully reunite in a modern-day movie theater. It's wild. On the other hand, if you choose reality, the blood-starved old gods are resurrected, destroying the haze entirely. In this ending, the village expands, and Lada ends up marrying Dragan and becoming the High Priestess. So the ultimate question is, will you have the determination to endure Dragan's abrasive armor long enough to find that devotion? Or will the haze claim you both first? It takes a ton of patience, but as Dragan himself says at the very end, love can torment you for a long time, but it's totally worth it when the suffering ends. Thanks for hanging out with me for this explainer, and I really hope this helps you navigate the deadly, beautiful world of the haze.